Hello, and thanks for joining us on this video. We are going to be talking with our expert and on the payroll side and consulting, Sonia, today about unbundling from a PEO. So let's start by talking about, when we talk about unbundling, let's focus first on payroll. So what does that really look like? I'm a small business and I've had this PEO and I'm really concerned about what's entailed in unbundling because I'm paying a lot of money and I'm concerned about how am I going to get this done. I don't have a lot of resources. So if you would just kind of walk me through what the steps would be. So let's start first with payroll.
Sure. So when you go to unbundle a PEO and you have payroll, obviously paying your employees correctly and on time is the most important thing you can do for your employees, correct? So you want it to be a perfect situation. What we can do is we can look at what you're doing today, and we look at what are your needs, time and attendance, do you have different job costing situations, what all of the nuances do you have in your payroll? And then what we do is we go and we look for a payroll company that is going to actually help you in all of those areas. We're going to be looking for not only software benefit or the software aspect of it, we're going to be looking at the cost, we're going to be looking at the customer service, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of payroll companies that can go out and help you and provide this service. But what you want is a trusted vendor that is going to be your partner and help you through this new situation in this transition. So you want it to be a smooth situation, someone with the knowledge and the expertise to do that for you.
So you can actually help us go out and select that particular vendor who really would work best for us.
Absolutely. So what I do is I do a complete analysis with the client. Like, let's drill down from start to finish what your payroll process is. I look at different things like who's bringing on the employees, how are they interacting with HR, how can I help HR do their job more effectively, and then how are you handling time and attendance? Do you have hourly employees, salaried employees, a combination of both? We look at all of those different things and we make sure that whatever software platform and service we use is going to be a good fit for not only you, but make sure that the employees have the things that they need to be successful, and make sure that it's within a budget.
Now that sounds great. So that really helps in terms of calming my fears about that. Tell me a little bit about, so we talked about payroll specifically. So again, when we're talking about unbundling, we're not only talking about payroll, but we're talking about the benefit side, workers' comp, and then of course HR. So could you talk a little bit about on the benefit side, what that would look like?
Sure. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look and get, obviously a referral is always better if you have a trusted source that does benefits. We're looking at your workers' comp also. So a lot of benefits brokers will also do the workers' comp, and you can put all of it into one situation. Ideally, what you'd want to do is you're going to want your payroll company to be able to work with your benefits broker and have reports come, because as you have benefits right now in a PEO, your benefits talks to payroll. They do it automatically. And when you terminate an employee in the payroll system, it automatically talks to the benefits system,
that
right?
Makes sense.
So what you want to do is you want a system that's going to communicate. And if the systems are going to communicate and the payroll vendor is going to communicate to the broker, that's the ideal situation. So for example, I've got a vendor that works very closely with outside brokers, because what they can do is provide reports and termination reports, and then the broker can go into the payroll system, pull the reports that they need to be successful to help the business owner actually run payroll, run benefits from their end.
Okay, all right. Yes, that's another concern that I would have. So that's really, really important to know. So what about workers' comp? Because a lot of times, we've had some great experience mod ratings, which is based on our claims experience because we're part of this larger pool. So now if I'm unbundling, what's that going to look like as far as workers' comp for us?
Right, so what a workers' comp, or what a benefits broker will do, or a workers' comp broker will do, is they're going to look at the claims. So when you leave the PEO, they're gonna say, I need 3 years of claims, okay? And they're gonna get a report, and then they're going to go ahead and send that off to the insurance companies, and they base their rates based on your claims, okay? So the key is trying to get that report, right? PEOs don't necessarily want to divulge that information.
Sure.
So you do have to kind of, kick the tires down the road a couple times, but you can get that information, and then your workers' comp mod will be based off of your claims and what you do.
Okay. And then of course the last piece as far as unbundling is on the HR side. And of course, you are a partner of Innovative Outsourcing. We provide our thriving product, which is HR outsourcing. And I don't know what your experience has been, but for us, when we've been through unbundling, what we find is that as far as HR, that what people get is not at all customized to their needs. It's very, here's your handbook. Here are the things we'll do for you. You don't necessarily talk to the same person every time you have a question.
Yep.
So it's not really customized to their needs. So have you found that to be the case as well?
I really have. When you're dealing with a PEO, you have so many different people that you're dealing with. Some of them will give you a quarterback, but most of them you have a team-oriented experience, right? Customer service at a team level. So that means if you're working with something and you have an issue at your office and you call the PEO, you might have to repeat yourself 3 or 4 times before you get the answer that you need. And again, most of the time they're all generalists, but they do not have the experience that someone like you all have, right? They don't have years and years of experience. They have 1 or 2 years of experience because, let's face it, they're a more economical hire for a PEO, okay?
Right.
So what you want to do is you don't want to be a round peg in a square hole. You want customer service. You want someone who's going to create the handbook, create the job descriptions, walk you through everything that you do, right? You all give the red carpet for HR, and that's what you do, and you're very good at it, and you help the clients. You're not going to get that personalized service, that hand holding, and the strategy of it from a PEO.
All right, well, thank you so much. That really, I think, helps the smaller businesses that are part of the PEOs really figure out, because it's scary and it's intimidating to think about, what do I go through if I want to unbundle? But that's extremely helpful. So thank you so much for explaining that.
You're welcome.